Hello and welcome to Speak English Daily, the podcast for English learners who want to speak with more confidence, more fluency, and more joy. I'm Mike, and I'm here to help you speak English more naturally, step by step, day by day. In today's episode, I'll be speaking slowly and clearly so you can follow along and even repeat after me if you like. We're going to talk about something very simple, but also very powerful. How to practice English every single day. Even if your schedule is full, even if you feel shy, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, it's still possible to get better. And I'll show you how. Let's get started. A lot of people think they need to move to an English-speaking country to speak English well. They say, if I lived in Canada or Australia, I'd be fluent. If I had native speakers around me, I'd improve faster. But the truth is, you don't have to move anywhere. You don't need to live in London. You don't need an American roommate. And you don't need to study for 5 hours every night. What you really need are small, smart steps. Steps that fit into your real life. Steps that are easy to repeat every day. Steps that help you feel more comfortable, more natural, and more confident using English. So, in today's episode, I'll guide you through simple ways to bring English into your daily routine no matter where you live or how busy you are. Ready? Let's begin. Let me start with a simple question. What is shadowing? Maybe you've heard the word before, maybe it's totally new to you. Either way, I want you to remember this. Shadowing is one of the most powerful techniques you can use to improve your English speaking and listening at the same time. And the best part? It's simple. It's effective, and you can do it anytime, anywhere, on a walk, in your room, or even while doing chores. So, how does it work? You listen to someone speaking English, like me right now, and you try to repeat exactly what they say, as quickly and closely as possible. It's like being a parrot or an echo, but with purpose. You don't pause. You don't translate, you don't open the dictionary, you just copy the sounds, the words, the rhythm, the melody. Yes, I said melody, because English has a musical flow to it, and shadowing trains your brain and your mouth to feel that flow. It might feel a little strange at first. You might even laugh at yourself. But that's okay. That's part of learning. Just imagine a baby learning to speak. They repeat sounds over and over until it sticks. That's what you're doing too, building muscle memory and automatic reactions. And guess what? It works. It really works. Thousands of language learners, myself included, have used shadowing to boost fluency faster than they thought possible. Let's try it together now. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat after me, just like shadowing. Ready? I want to speak English fluently. Now you repeat. I listen to English every day. Now you repeat. Shadowing helps me speak better. Now you repeat. Very good. That's it. That's shadowing. At first, it might feel strange. Maybe you don't understand every word. That's okay. You don't need to. Shadowing isn't about perfect understanding. It's about training your mouth and your brain to work together in English. Think of it like learning a song. You don't start by reading all the lyrics. You hear the music, feel the rhythm, and sing along. It's the same idea here. Shadowing helps your brain get used to how English sounds, how it flows, and how it feels when you speak it. When you shadow often, even if it's just for 5 minutes a day, something powerful starts to happen. Your brain gets faster. Your mouth starts to move more naturally. Your confidence, it begins to grow, one sentence at a time. You start speaking with better rhythm, clearer pronunciation, less hesitation. You're not just saying random words anymore. You're building a habit, one that connects the way you hear English to the way you speak it. Think of it like going to the gym, but not for your biceps or abs, for your speaking muscles. Every time you shadow, you're doing reps. You're training your tongue, your ears, your timing. And here's the secret. You don't need to work out for an hour. Just a few focused minutes every day can lead to massive progress over time. Imagine this. You're brushing your teeth in the morning and you're shadowing a short podcast. You're on the bus home and you're repeating after a YouTube video, whispering quietly. You're washing the dishes at night and you're following along with your favorite English speaker. Little moments, big results. This is how fluency is built, not in giant leaps, but in small, daily steps. So now that you understand what shadowing is and why it works, let's take it further. Let's answer the big question. How can you actually practice English every day, even if you're tired, busy, or not sure where to start? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here are 5 simple, powerful tips that make it easy to stick with shadowing and make real progress. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Listen to English every single day. This is the foundation, the base of everything. Because if you want to speak better, you first need to hear better. Fluent speaking starts with fluent listening. Not once a week, not just during your English class, not only when you're in the mood, every day. Why? Because listening is what teaches your brain how English sounds. It helps you learn new words in context, hear real pronunciation, and feel the natural rhythm of the language. The ups, the downs, the pauses, the flow. The more you listen, the more you absorb without even realizing it. You begin to notice patterns. You start predicting what comes next. Your ears get faster, your brain becomes more comfortable, and over time, your mouth starts copying what your ears are used to hearing. Here's the thing. Most learners only hear clean English in a classroom or textbook. But real-life English? It's messy. It's fast. It's full of emotion, contractions, and slang. And the only way to truly get used to it is to immerse yourself, just a little, every day. Now, here's the good news. You don't need to sit at a desk and study audio files for hours. You can fit English into your normal, everyday life. Walking the dog, pop in your earphones and play a podcast. Cooking dinner, let a YouTube video run in the background. Brushing your teeth, put on an English song and hum along. Lying in bed before sleep, listen to an audiobook or an English story. All it takes is 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's it. And it doesn't have to be active listening. Even background listening helps. You're training your ears, you're training your brain, and little by little, English becomes a part of your environment, like music quietly playing in the room. When that happens, English stops being foreign. It starts feeling familiar. And when English feels familiar, speaking becomes easier. So what should you listen to? The good news is you have so many great options to choose from. English is everywhere. You just need to tap into it. You can listen to podcasts like this one, designed specifically to help learners like you. They're slow, clear, and full of useful vocabulary. Or explore English songs, especially ones you already love. Music helps you remember words emotionally. And the rhythm makes pronunciation easier. How about YouTube channels that talk about things you're interested in, like food, travel, technology, or life advice? When you enjoy the topic, learning becomes effortless. You could also try audiobooks written for English learners. They often come with transcripts and are read clearly at a slower pace. Or tune into news podcasts made for beginners like BBC Learning English, Voice of America Learning English, or The English We Speak. If you're ready for a challenge, try switching your favorite YouTube or Netflix show to English, even if you need subtitles at first. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is exposure. And remember this, you don't need to understand everything. Even if you catch just 30% or 50% or only a few words, that's okay. You're still training your ears. You're still helping your brain adjust to the sound, rhythm, and flow of English. Think of it like learning a song in a new language. At first, it sounds like noise, but after hearing it a few times, you start to recognize the words, then the meaning. Then you sing along. The same happens with spoken English, and you can listen almost anywhere, while cleaning your room, washing the dishes, riding the bus, watering your plants, even stretching after a workout. One of my students told me she started listening to English while making breakfast every morning. After a month, she didn't just hear more words, she felt more confident. English became part of her daily world, like her morning coffee. That's the key. Make it a habit. Let English become your daily companion, not something you study, but something that lives with you. A friendly voice that's always there, teaching you, inspiring you, guiding you forward. Tip number 2, shadow what you hear. Listening is powerful, but speaking is where you truly grow stronger. Think of listening like charging your brain with new words and sounds. But speaking, especially through shadowing, is how you turn that energy into action. So here's what you do. After you listen to something, a sentence, a short clip, or even this podcast, hit pause and repeat it out loud. Not silently, not in your head, out loud. Copy the voice, match the rhythm, try to sound just like the speaker, the speed, the pauses, even the emotion. It might feel strange at first, but that's a sign it's working. You're training your mouth to move in new ways. You're building muscle memory, the kind that helps you speak naturally without overthinking. Let's try it right now. I want to get better at English. Repeat after me. I don't understand everything, but I keep going. Repeat. I'm improving little by little. Repeat. Great job, just like that. And if you want more examples, try these. English is part of my daily life. Repeat. I speak with confidence even if I make mistakes. Repeat. Now, imagine doing that every day. You repeat the same sentences again and again, not because you're trying to memorize them, but because you're getting your brain and mouth to work together. Soon, your speaking will feel smoother. Your pronunciation will become clearer. Your mouth will know what to do without you having to think so hard. And most important, your confidence will grow. Because when your mouth gets used to speaking English, your fear starts to disappear. You start feeling ready, not just to practice, but to use English in the real world. And here's the thing to remember. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be practiced. Every time you shadow a sentence, you're one step closer to fluency. One sentence at a time, one repetition at a time. Tip number 3. Think in English, one thought at a time. This might be one of the biggest mindset shifts you can make as a language learner. Here's what usually happens. When we start learning a new language, we translate everything in our heads. We think in our native language, then try to find the English version. But that process takes time and energy. It creates a delay between your thoughts and your words. And in conversation, that delay can feel frustrating. You know what you want to say, but the words come out slowly or not at all. So, what's the solution? Stop translating. Start thinking directly in English. At first, this feels strange, like trying to walk in a new pair of shoes, but over time, it becomes more natural. Start small. Keep it simple. Say short, everyday thoughts in your mind. When you wake up, it's morning. I feel tired. I need some tea. While you're getting dressed, where are my socks? I like this shirt. I need to hurry. When you go outside, it's hot today. I hear birds. There's a cat on the sidewalk. At work or school, I'm working. I'm a little stressed. I need a break. These short thoughts might seem small, but they do something powerful. They rewire your brain to process English without delay. No translation, no hesitation. It's like switching from driving a manual car to an automatic. Smoother, faster, easier. And once you're used to thinking in short English phrases, you can level up. Whisper them to yourself. Say them out loud when you're alone. Record voice notes of your thoughts. Describe what you're doing as you do it. I'm making coffee. I'm opening the fridge. I'm replying to a message. This turns your day into language practice. Without needing a textbook or a partner. You become your own practice partner. It's like having a quiet, constant English conversation in your head. One thought at a time. And here's the best part. The more you do this, the more automatic your English becomes. You start reacting faster. You speak with less stress. And slowly, your inner voice begins speaking a new language. Fluently. Tip number 4. Read aloud. Train your speaking muscles. Reading silently is great for your vocabulary and comprehension. But reading out loud? That's where the magic happens. Especially for speaking fluency. Here's why. When you read aloud, you activate your brain, your tongue, your lips, and even your breath. All at once. You're not just reading with your eyes. You're training your mouth to move like a native speaker. Think of it like this. If you want to run faster, you train your legs. If you want to play guitar, you train your fingers. And if you want to speak English better, you've got to train your mouth. And guess what? It doesn't have to be difficult or boring. Start with something short and simple. A children's storybook. A short blog post written for beginners. A transcript from a podcast or YouTube video. A quote, a conversation, or even your favorite social media caption in English. Choose something that feels fun or interesting, even if it's silly. Here's how to do it. First, read it slowly and clearly. Focus on accuracy. Second, read it again, a little faster and smoother. Third, read it one more time with energy and emotion. Pretend you're an actor on stage. Put some life into your voice. Play a character. This kind of practice helps improve your pronunciation, because you'll start noticing how words actually sound, your fluency, because your mouth is practicing full English sentences, your confidence, because you'll hear yourself speaking English clearly and proudly. One of my students, Anna from Brazil, told me she started reading her favorite English poems aloud every night before bed. At first, she felt silly. But after a few weeks, she noticed something amazing. Her mouth felt more ready when she spoke with others. She didn't freeze. She didn't fumble. She just spoke. That's the power of reading aloud. It's like going to the gym for your mouth, and just like any workout, the more you do it, the stronger you get. Start with 5 minutes a day.
a page, a paragraph, a quote, anything. And soon you'll notice your voice becoming more fluent, more natural, more you in English. Tip number 5. Use English in your daily life. Let me tell you something important. Something that can truly change the way you learn. If you want to speak English well, don't just study it. Live with it. What do I mean by that? I mean, English shouldn't be something you do once a week on Monday night for 30 minutes. It shouldn't live only in your classroom, or in your notebook, or in your grammar app. It should live with you. Just like you check your messages, brush your teeth, eat lunch, scroll through your phone. English should be part of your normal, everyday rhythm. Because the more you see English, the more you hear English, the more you use English, naturally, without pressure, the more it becomes a part of you. So how do you do that? Here are a few easy, powerful ways, even if you're super busy. Change your phone's language to English. This makes you interact with English all day without any extra effort. Label objects in your home with sticky notes, mirror, fridge, door, shoes. It turns your space into a language lab. You set your calendar, reminders, and shopping lists in English. Talk to yourself in English while doing small tasks. I'm making tea. Time to reply to this email. Where did I leave my keys? Use social media to your advantage. Follow English-speaking creators who talk about topics you love. Watch short videos or reels in English. Cooking, fitness, psychology, anything. Leave comments in English, even short ones like, "This is amazing," or "Thanks for sharing." Make English your default input. Turn on English subtitles on Netflix. Choose English podcasts while commuting. Read headlines from English news sites. Even better, connect with someone online who's also learning English. Send short voice messages back and forth. Practice together. Laugh together. Grow together. And remember, none of this has to be perfect. You don't need a classroom. You don't need permission. You just need consistency. The more you live with English, the more it blends into your personality, your thoughts, your identity. Soon, English won't feel like something separate. It will feel like something familiar, something that belongs to you. Let's start with something really simple and surprisingly powerful. Change your phone's language to English. Think about it. You probably check your phone 50, 100, maybe more times every day. That's 100 chances to see English without adding anything to your schedule. When you switch your phone settings to English, you automatically start seeing useful, high-frequency words like notifications, update, download, storage, password, airplane mode, calendar, settings. You don't have to study them. You don't have to look them up. Just seeing them again and again helps your brain absorb them naturally. This is called passive learning, and it's incredibly effective. Why? Because you're learning without even trying. Your brain starts to connect English with your real-life habits. Suddenly, English isn't just something in your book, it's something you live with. It's the language of your apps, your tools, your decisions. And now, let's add another powerful habit. Write a short diary in English every day. No pressure. You don't need to write an essay. Just 3 short sentences about your day is enough. For example, today I went to class. I ate lunch with a friend. It was raining, so I stayed inside. You can write in a small notebook, a notes app on your phone, a private blog, a message to yourself, or even send it to a friend who's learning English too. Here's why this works. Writing slows you down, in a good way. It gives you space to think clearly in English, choose your words, and build confidence. It helps you practice real-life vocabulary, create complete sentences, and express yourself, just like you would in conversation. Some learners like to write about their plans for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will go shopping. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. I want to try a new recipe. Others write about how they feel. I was a little tired today. I feel proud of myself. Learning English is hard, but I'm trying. Whatever you write, make it personal, simple, and honest. This is your space to think in English, feel in English, and grow in English. And when you write a little bit every day, something amazing happens. You'll start to notice how your vocabulary grows, your grammar improves, and your English starts to feel more natural, more you. Another great idea: record a 1-minute voice message every day. This is one of the most powerful and free fluency tools you can use, and you don't need anyone else to practice with. At the end of your day, take out your phone, open your voice recorder app, and just talk. You can say something like, "Today was busy. I had a meeting in the morning. I made pasta for dinner. I watched a video in English." That's it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be impressive. It doesn't even have to be long. This is just for you. No one else needs to hear it unless you want to share. So what's the point? The power is in listening to yourself. When you play the message back, you'll begin to hear things you never noticed before. Your pronunciation, your sentence flow, your grammar, your filler words, your rhythm. You'll start to notice small mistakes, and you'll naturally fix them next time. Even more important, you'll start to hear your growth. Over time, you'll sound more confident. Your words will come more easily. You'll express yourself more clearly. Many learners say this becomes their favorite habit, like keeping an audio diary in English. It turns speaking practice into a personal, reflective moment, a chance to say, "This is how my day was, and I said it in English." If you ever feel stuck, here are some simple ideas for what to record. What you did today, something funny that happened, what you're looking forward to tomorrow, one thing you learned in English, how you're feeling and why. Even 1 minute a day adds up to hours of real speaking practice every month, and you don't need a teacher, a class, or a textbook.
Another great tip: join an English-speaking group online. You don't need to wait for a classroom. You don't need to travel abroad. you can connect with real English learners right now from your phone. Try WhatsApp or Telegram groups for English learners, Tandem or Hello Talk apps to meet language exchange partners, Facebook groups focused on English practice or your favorite hobbies, cooking, tech, books, travel, fitness. Reddit communities like r/English learning. Start small. Even if you're shy, you can read the messages quietly, react with emojis, like or comment on someone's post. Say simple things like, "Great idea," "I agree." "Can you explain this part again?" When you feel more comfortable, try sending short replies or voice notes. Ask questions. Answer them. Join fun challenges like Word of the Day or Describe Your Weekend. This kind of interaction makes English feel alive. It's no longer just something you study from a book. It becomes a tool, a way to connect with real people, to share your life, and to be part of something bigger. And even better, it makes learning fun. Because learning is always better and faster when you're doing it with others. Use social media to practice English in a smart way. Apps like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts are full of short, natural English, and they're incredibly useful if you use them with intention. You don't have to sit through a long lecture or read complicated grammar rules. Sometimes a 20-second clip is all you need to hear real-life pronunciation, pick up common expressions, train your listening skills, and practice shadowing in real time. Choose topics you genuinely enjoy: travel, cooking, productivity, life advice, tech, fashion, or even pet videos. When you care about the content, your brain stays more engaged. Here's how to make the most of it. Watch one video. Watch it again. Pause after each sentence. Repeat the sentence out loud. Copy the speaker's tone, speed, and emotion. Try mimicking the facial expression or body language too. That helps with fluency and confidence. This way, you're not just watching, you're participating. You can even save your favorite clips and come back to them daily to practice repeating them or summarizing them in your own words. Over time, you'll start to internalize common phrases and speaking patterns without even trying. Now, here's the real secret. Turn small, everyday moments into English practice. You don't need an extra hour. You just need to switch the language of what you're already doing. Instead of saying "good morning" in your native language, say it in English. Instead of writing your to-do list in your first language, write it in English. Instead of watching 5 minutes of news in your language, switch to 5 minutes in English. It's about tiny shifts, not big sacrifices. These small actions may feel insignificant in the moment, but repeated every day, they create powerful habits. And strong, consistent habits are what build confident English speakers. Fluency doesn't come from one big study session. It comes from hundreds of small, smart decisions like these made daily. So scroll, listen, repeat, write, whisper, post, speak. Do it again tomorrow and the next day. That's how you grow. That's how you win. So remember this. Make English part of your life, not just something you study once a week, but something you live with every day. Let it be in your phone, your thoughts, your voice messages, your to-do list, your morning routine, and your quiet moments alone. The more you see English, the more you hear English, the more you use English in real, everyday situations, the more natural it becomes. And when English feels natural, it stops being a subject. It stops being homework. It becomes something else, a tool, a companion, a part of who you are. That's when real fluency begins. Not from perfect grammar, not from memorizing 1,000 words in a day, but from small steps repeated with purpose. Little by little, day by day, you're building confidence. You're building rhythm. You're building your voice in English. So don't stop. Even on the hard days, even when you feel stuck, keep going. Because every word you speak, every sentence you shadow, every journal entry, and every 20-second video you repeat, it all adds up. You're doing better than you think. Thank you for spending time with me today. Keep practicing, keep believing in your progress, and I'll see you in the next episode of Speak English Daily. Take care and speak soon.